Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Continue to excuse the curtains and mess in the background here at my mother's house. Um, the last video I did was on the politicians supposedly helping us by preventing Chinese cars from coming to the United States. The main problem with that, I pointed out, was that they're reducing the supply of goods and services relative to what we could have, which means we have higher prices. This topic today is very similar. This topic is on rent control, because rent control does the very same thing. Rent control prevents market prices from working, and therefore the effect of that is that it reduces the supply of housing. So let's take a step back and take a look at this. First, the main problem, of course, is that housing prices have skyrocketed and housing is unaffordable for most people. Well, let's first understand why that is. Why is housing a problem? We have a growing economy, which means we're producing more goods, which should include housing. And in fact, the supply of housing has increased. We're producing houses at a great pace. Actually, it's at about the normal pace. I researched it recently, the normal traditional pace. And we have more houses than ever. And I think more houses per capita than ever. So why do we have a housing price problem? Well, it's the same reason we have a price problem for every other good and service that you buy, because the government keeps printing money. That's the only cause of inflation. If you have a growing economy, which we do, and we certainly don't have a retrogressing economy. So the only thing that could raise prices is increasing the supply of money, increasing the quantity of money. The government prints money at a faster rate than the economy can produce goods and services. That gives you higher prices. It's what you all voted for every 4 years, every 2 years. It goes on, and no one's in the street protesting that. They're protesting all kinds of other stupid and good things. But you keep voting and you're voting for this, and this is what you get. It's not corporations raising prices. It's impossible for them to do that. It's literally impossible mathematically. I'll try to put a link to that down below, but if not, check my channel. I have a whole video on it. It's money printing. It's government money printing. So, but what happens is the government screws up stuff, and then idiots say, oh, look, capitalism isn't working. They haven't let it work. They're manipulating everything, but the idiots first think that's capitalism, or they call it capitalism, and then they say that's the problem, even though every news headline explains how they're manipulating things left and right. But anyway, so rent control. The reason I wanted to do this video was because I found a graphic here on Twitter, and it shows housing permits for new multifamily construction in Montgomery County, Maryland, before and after rent control. It shows data from, I'm sorry I'm not showing this. On this channel, I don't have time to do video editing. I have a very busy life, and I would like to do graphics. I would like to make it look pretty and show you things besides my boring face, but I just don't have time. So I'm describing the graphic. So it starts in January of 2022 and goes through August of 25. And it shows housing permits for different types of housing at levels of 800 in the first bar. It's a bar chart. Then 700 something, 600 something, 400 something, back up to 900, 1500. 500, and then come the rent controls. After the rent controls, the numbers go to high 200s, low 300s, high 200s, high 200s. So building permits collapsed. They fell on average by, looks like about a third, a half to a third. Why? Because builders aren't going to be able to charge the price needed, given the inflation that the government created, to charge people enough to make a profit. And this is always the case with rent controls. This is the case throughout human history with rent controls. Price controls are a major factor in what collapsed the Roman Empire and other civilizations. So when you limit the price you can charge, people can't charge that price that's needed. That's the market price. So they can't make a profit. So they'll have a loss. So they quit producing. They say, never mind, I'll go do something else. I will lose money if I build houses. So again, the lesson is the politicians don't know what they're doing, or they don't care, and they're solving a problem that they created and probably not even aware of it, by taking action that will make it worse and cause more problems. And then they'll come later and do more things to supposedly fix it and make it still worse. Guess what? Look outside. That is the world we're living in. All of the problems we have now are because politicians have been trying to fix the prior problems that resulted from their prior fixings. It goes on and on. You've got to stop the cycle. Quit voting for this. Quit voting. Voting for the lesser evil is still voting for evil. You're getting evil every time. So this must stop. Okay, that's the lesson for today. Thank you.